Hey everybody, welcome back to The Collective. My name is Una and I'm here with Linda. Today we are going to be talking about 5 ways to live a better life today.
So we know that it gets really hard and you get into the routine of things and you do want to improve your life, but you don't know where to start. So that's why we're here and we're going to show you 5 easy ways.
Okay guys, the first tip that we have for you is that it's easier to add on a habit instead of taking something away from your life. So give the people an example of something that you want to stop doing.
Let's say I want to start eating healthier. I don't want to eat junk food anymore.
Okay, you don't want to eat junk food anymore. So instead of your goal being, I don't want to eat junk food anymore, I'm going to stop eating all junk food, you add something into your life. So maybe it's, I'm going to make sure to eat 5 servings of vegetables a week. Another one is, like I hear a lot of people say, I want to watch less TV.
Right.
It's hard to take something away right away. So instead of saying like, okay, I'm going to watch less TV, say I'm going to read for 10 minutes a day, or I'm going to go for a walk for X amount of time a day, because that essentially is taking away from time that you would be watching TV. It's adding something on and you feel good about it.
Absolutely. I love that.
The second tip that we have for you guys is something that's called brain dumping or thought dumping. Those 2 words are kind of interchangeable. So Linda and I have talked about this before. The way that I kind of do it is different than the way that she does it.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll give you a sneak peek at both ways.
So the way that I know how to do thought dumping is that you take 10 minutes out of your day and you get your pieces of paper, whatever. You sit down, you literally start writing. You write every single thing that comes to mind, positive, negative, random stuff, things that don't really make sense to anybody but you. You write down everything, even the most negative thoughts that you might have about yourself, about your boss, about your partner, whoever it is. You write everything down for 10 minutes and then you burn it. Then it's not there anymore. You're burning it. You're not internally holding those thoughts, those feelings, emotions anymore. When you're writing stuff down on paper, you're using different parts of your brain.
Right.
You're using, for example, parts of your brain where you're focusing on motor skills, where you're visualizing things, where you're thinking about things, listening to the internal voice in your head, which, by the way, some people don't have apparently.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, we'll have to look into it more. But anyways, so that is all the kind of stuff that is happening when you're writing stuff down. Then you burn it. You don't have to worry that all of the really rude stuff that you just wrote down.
Anybody will see it.
Yeah. That your boss is going to somehow find your diary one day. Not diary. Your journal, whatever
that you're writing.
And yeah, you don't have to worry that like all the mean stuff that you wrote down about your husband is written here and he's going to find it by your bedside table because you burned it.
That's perfect.
So how do you do thought dumping?
Yeah, so for mine, it's more so tasks that we're looking at, that we're focused on, right? So this is for somebody that maybe thinks a lot or has trouble sleeping or relaxing. So you're going to get all your tasks on the paper and you're going to write your to-do list or whatever it is, and you're just going to leave it for tomorrow. You're going to get it off your brain and put it on paper and not have to worry about it. So you can actually relax and enjoy the rest of your evening. So like you just said, you are getting it all out of your head and on paper, and you have nothing to worry about.
And you know what? I actually like that idea because I know for myself, a lot of times I lay down in bed and I'm like, okay, this is all the stuff that I have to do tomorrow.
Right.
I hope I don't forget all of the stuff that I have to do. So writing it down the night before makes sense. I'm going to try that.
Yes, girl. Number 3. Let's talk about goals. We're talking vision boards. So the main point of number 3 is being able to create goals for yourself so you're living a purposeful life every day. So what this means is take the time out of your week and actually sit down with a pen and paper and ask yourself questions like, what do I want my life to look like? What do I want my legacy to be? What is the end purpose of my life? And once you come to that conclusion and that goal, then you're able to go and search up on the internet what that looks like, maybe your exact dream house or your exact, dream career. And you print off those pictures, paste it on a vision board, or even have it on the background of your phone, so that you are waking up every day and you're taking a look at it, so you are aligned every single day and one step closer towards that goal. It is so much easier and more purposeful to be able to work towards something that you have an idea of than to just be doing, going to work every day, but you don't even know how that's contributing to your end goal, right?
Yeah. I love that, Linda, because I used to be somebody who used to do a vision board a couple times a year, but for sure at least once a year. And then I stopped for a little while. I don't really know why. And I recently just redid my vision board for the year, and it made me realize how important it is to keep doing your vision boards, because things change as you mature, as you move up in your career. Like for me, I became a mom this year and all of that sort of stuff. So now my vision board looks very different than it did 2-3 years ago.
And you have to keep it relevant.
Yeah, and then you reach, your goals or things that you put on your vision board, so they no longer kind of serve the purpose there anymore. And
doesn't it make you feel so much more like on track when you know that you're achieving things that you have on your vision board, and you can just check them off one by one?
Yeah. Another thing actually that I wanted to add just about kind of goals in general and vision boards, and what I've learned that works for me at least, is that when you have a goal, it's better to have an objective goal that you can measure rather than something that's subjective. So for example, my goal, like let's say I want to be healthier. Well, what does that really mean? And how can you measure that? For me, being healthy might mean going to the gym X amount of times a week, or eating these sort of meals a week, or whatever that looks like for me. It's
different for everyone.
Yeah, it might be different for you. And even for me, it might be different this week versus next week versus a year from now, whatever.
Right.
So what I find works well is having objective goals that you can measure. Instead of saying, my goal is to be healthier, it's my goal is to drink 2 liters of water a day. My goal is to go to the gym 3 times a week. My goal is to see my therapist once every 2 weeks, or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's something that you can measure, that you know whether you did it or not, and then
check that off.
Yeah, you move on from there.
Awesome.
Okay, guys, next tip number 4 is to have a day of the week that you can use as your self-care day.
So self-care days are so important. Just like we make time for our spouses, our kids, our work, just schedule that time for yourself, because it is so important to make sure that you are refilling your own cup so that you're prepared for the rest of your week. And whether that means taking a bubble bath, or even if that means watching TV all day, it doesn't matter what it is, as long as you are taking care of yourself.
I totally agree with that, Linda. Like, there's definitely days where I'm like, I just need a day to myself. And I find that sometimes I try to schedule that whole day and be like, okay, at 7 a.m. I'm going to do yoga for an hour, and that's going to relax me. And then I am going to get up and make myself a beautiful, nutritious breakfast. And like, I have all of these goals for the day. And then when I don't complete them, I literally feel like...
You don't feel good about yourself,
Yeah, I almost feel worse at the end of that day than I did before I started that day.
And that's the thing about self-care. Like, this is the key thing for that self-care day, is that the achievement in itself is having the care for yourself and doing whatever that you want to do. It doesn't matter if you are being the most productive person in the world on that day. If you want to sit there and you want to not do anything all day, that's fine. You're taking care of yourself first, right? So you have to have that self-compassion and be able to relax and be okay with that at the end of the day.
Yeah. Like, it took me a long time to realize that self-care doesn't have to be productive.
Absolutely.
Self-care isn't about reaching goals.
Yeah, absolutely. And exactly, like when we say self-care, it's just self-love. You're showing self-love to yourself by appreciating what you can do for yourself, and that's it. Tip 5. This is our last tip, and it's so, so important to have a proper sleep and wake routine. So I'm an insomniac myself. I stay up through the night, and I cannot express how important it was to get a proper sleep cycle going, and to also have my proper sleep routine where I'm getting ready for bed and kind of getting myself ready for that. Instead of just jumping into bed and expecting myself to fall asleep right then and there, as well as waking up. Taking the time to do a full routine, just like I do for my skincare, but doing that to wake up and to, give thanks or do whatever, journal or read, whatever I have in that wake and sleep routine. So what about you, Una? Do you practice anything like that?
I definitely do now. I used to find before that I would always lay in my bed, go on my phone. The last thing that I would do before I would go to bed would be going on social media.
Right.
Wake up in the morning is the first thing that I would do.
Right.
And I've realized that social media in general, a lot of it is not positive content.
Absolutely.
And that's fine. That's just the way social media is. But I realized it was really taking a toll on me that it was always the last thing I was seeing before bed, the first thing I was seeing when I woke up.
Right.
So for me, I find a big part of my nighttime routine is I do go on my phone a little bit. I mean, I'm not going to lie. Go on my phone, go on social media, whatever. But at least 15 minutes before I decide to actually go to sleep, I'm not on my phone anymore. I'm either reading a book or I'm trying to meditate or I'm just trying to listen to music, lighting a candle, winding
Doing something
down.
to relax yourself, right? Yeah.
Making sure that I'm not on social media, I'm not on my phone. Same thing in the morning.
Right.
Of course, I go on my phone right away to turn off my alarm usually, but after that, I'm not going on my phone until I actually get my day started and I feel like I'm ready to
Just
have that information and to be able to deal with it.
Absolutely. And I love how you said, just 15 minutes before you go to bed. Like, you're not creating this whole night routine. Like, I have to go do my skincare and drink 5 glasses of water.
Yeah.
And then I need to do a whole spa experience and relax. Like, it can be little and you can add one by one until you get that sleep routine and do everything that you want to accomplish before you sleep and wake. And time it out for yourself, right? So say if there is an ideal sleep routine or wake routine that you want to time out or to have, you will actually write those things out and then time it out for yourself to see how much time you have to wake up in advance to be able to complete that before you start your work day, right?
All right, everybody. We really hope that you enjoyed all the information that we just provided for you today on 5 ways for you to live a better life.
So let's recap that. Number 1, add on goals rather than take away. It's much easier to build habits by adding small things on top of each other than trying to change something and take something away. Number 2, thought dumping. So whether that's a negative thought or anything crossing your mind, a task, get that out on paper and out of your brain. You could burn it, you could keep it and deal with it the next day, but just make sure that it's out of your head. Number 3, create a vision board with objective goals. So make sure that you are coming up with goals that are measurable. That way, when you do succeed, you can check them off and keep on the right track. Number 4, have self-care days. You are scheduling these days to make sure you are taking care of yourself. Doesn't matter how productive they are, as long as you are taking care of you first. Number 5, a proper sleep and wake routine to make sure that you are energized for the rest of your week.
Well, thank you guys for watching. We hope that you will like and subscribe to our channel.
And comment down below if you have tried any of these tips. Till next time.
Bye, everyone.
Is it recording?
It is now.
Linda, just like, let's do ours.
Love it.
Hey guys, swipe up if you want to see our latest YouTube video. Oh wait, we don't have enough followers yet, so make sure you send this to every person that you know. Once we hit 10,000
Shameless
followers, it's
self-plugging.
gonna be a swipe up.
My name is Linda, and I'm here with Una.
Hi. What are we doing?
And you're gonna talk.
No, Linda and I literally were like, okay, this is how we're gonna do the intro. She's like, yeah. She's like, okay, let me just say. What do I say?
Okay, I say, hey, you got it. Go.
So do you need a break? That's what I don't know.
No.
Okay, no break.
Mom, I don't.
So Tuesday was like, gotcha.
So do you need a break?
I feel like if I say yes, I'll get
No.
slapped.
No. If you need a break, please take one.
I can't take a break. I'm being held hostage.
No breaks. No days off either.
I can't. She's just like yelling at me. I'm scared.
Just checking it off like, wow, look at the universe. Working in my favor.
Rock on, Sacramento.
I'm just like,
Yeah, I know.
what
I'm
camera?
like, I'm trying to look away, but I'm like, she's gonna look back, and if I'm not looking back, I'll get in trouble. All right, number 4, self-care days. So just like you make time, why? Why are you laughing? It's my time to shine.
Go.
Let me shine.
I'm just gonna Sip my tea over here.
Hold on. My cheeks hurt from laughing so much, man. Okay. She just spat in my mouth.
Okay, we need to social distance.
Background.
Who gets spit on next? Stay tuned.
Don't put our next.
You're on the wrong one.
What? What are you doing?
Thought number 2 is thought dumping.
Okay.
I'm like, ugh.
Why didn't you stop me? Why'd you let me talk?
I'm scared.
All of you just let me talk.
To be honest with you, we're all scared of you.
Okay.
I think they're just scared of you.
To be honest with you, we all thought we must be wrong.
Wait.
Yeah, we're like,
If Una's... Wait, are you actually scared of me?
no.
I'm a little concerned.
I need this to be a safe place.
Is this